The last civilization we're going to learn about today is the Inca. Their civilization lasted from the 1400s to 1532 Common Era. It was located in the Andes Mountains in South America. Major cities included Machu Picchu and Cusco. They had a really strong central government, and from 1438 to 1533, the Incas incorporated a large portion of western South America, and it was centered around the Andean Mountains. They used conquest, so going out and exploring and discovering and trying to conquer lands that were around them, and peaceful assimilation, so that means peacefully bringing other civilizations into their own. At its largest, the empire joined Peru, southwest Ecuador, western and southern central Bolivia, northwest Argentina, northern Chile, and a small part of southwest Colombia into the state comparable to the historical empires of the Aztec. All right, so this is Machu Picchu. The Incas lacked the use of wheeled vehicles. They lacked animals to ride and draft animals that could pull wagons and plows. They lacked the knowledge of iron and steel. Above all, they lacked the system of writing. Despite the supposed handicaps, the Incas were still able to construct one of the greatest imperial states in human history. So we're going to look at a few pictures. So keep in mind that they didn't have any of that technology when they were building these things. So that pathway you see in the side of the mountain is how they would get up the mountain. And then if you look on the right where the ridges and structures are, those are things that they built as well. So there's a llama on the top of the mountain with all the structures that they built behind. Incas were also polytheistic, so all three American civilizations believed in multiple gods. They also held human and animal sacrifices to please the gods. They practiced cranial deformation, which you can see in the picture of the skull, how it's pointed. They would wrap string around a baby's head really, really tight to get their skull to form that. Inca leadership encouraged the sun worship of Inti, their sun god, and imposed its sovereignty above other cults such as that of Pachamama. The Incas considered their king, the Sapa Inca, to be the son of the god. So these are farming terraces. This is where they would grow their food. The Inca developed the cocoa plant. They also used surgery and herbal medicines, which is really early in the development of those technologies. So they were some of the first to do that. They developed a complex road system, and they recorded stories and cuipas. These are Indian stringed knots. There's a picture on the right. So this is the necklace worn around the neck, but it also tells a story. All right, so how did the Incan civilization end? By smallpox, sickness killed many of the Inca. There was a war between the Incan ruler Atahualpa and his brother, and that weakened the empire. Then they were conquered by Francisco Pizarro in 1532. Francisco was an explorer, and he conquered their land. The forces that were led by him had 168 men. They also had a cannon, which was technology that the Inca did not have access to. They didn't have access to gunpowder. They weren't trading with China. And they also had 27 horses, which the Inca didn't have horses to ride around. Conquistadors ported lances, arquebuses, steel armor, and long swords. So they came with all this advanced weaponry compared to the Inca, and that's how they were able to conquer them, because Incan weapons just couldn't compete. In contrast, the Inca used weapons made out of wood, stone, copper, and bronze, putting them at a technological disadvantage. In addition, due to the absence of horses in the Americas, the Inca did not develop tactics to fight cavalry. So that's the end of our American civilizations lesson. Make sure you've done your guided notes, and then fill in your mastery check for day 2 on American civilizations.